As you can tell, I'm pretty, I wouldn't say sick, but my allergies are getting to me, so let's just get right into it. What's on, guys? This is Mr. Low. Today, brand new video. Today we're doing is breaking down, reviewing episode 2 of season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead that just, I want to say premiere, because, you know, but it just, like, came on this tonight and everything. And what we're basically going to do is, like, skim through the 3 plot lines of this episode and basically then hop into the review. So the first plot line of this episode is basically the Morgan and Alicia kind of plotline and everything, which is basically them trying to find Al, because as you guys know, last episode 1, Al was abducted by some sort of weird military dressed guy by a taser. So basically what they do is they go and they basically drive around and they realize that at the crash site where the walker was, where that Al was inspecting last episode, is gone. And obviously Alicia is kind of questioning it a little bit because she's like, where did this go? This was spiked. Obviously Morgan tries to stay like kind of, I guess, realistic and say, oh, it might have gotten up, oh, she might have taken it off and everything. But they go on and they try to look further, but they run into a roadblock that says keep out and everything, and that there's radiation beyond this point. They kind of split up at that like kind of roadblock and everything, and Morgan ends up finding walkers kind of like going at a cage full of like some birds or crows. He goes and tries to kill both of them, but gets basically, I guess, kind of a gun pointed at him by a person in kind of a biohazard suit. Now Morgan's kind of standing here kind of like, okay, who is this? Are they gonna kill me? The person's kind of intimidating Morgan, going like, oh, take your clothes off, which was really weird, but you'll understand as you get further into this explanation. Tracy starts saying that everything, and basically Alicia comes out of nowhere and everything and tackles the person to the ground, rips their mask off, and it's a woman that basically, I guess, is trying to help them, oddly enough, for anything, because obviously in the trailers for the season 5, it makes that, like, the person in the biohazard suit look actually probably like a villain, but it's oddly enough a helper. So it turns out this person is a woman that worked for a kind of, I guess, radiation center or whatever, and I guess during, like, after the apocalypse, their center burned down, basically spreading radiation above in the air and everything, and to certain walkers that basically makes the walkers and the air basically dangerous. So they kind of go on throughout the episode and everything, trying to kill walkers and get these like tags and everything that show like walkers that are radiated, so they can kill their like radiated walkers and basically make the climate at least safer from like all the walkers. So that's basically their plot line. So in the next plot line, which is John, and I think I keep forgetting where, I think it's June, I'm not sure, but John and I guess his wife or whatever, or his girlfriend or whatever, they basically go and they try to look for the 2 kids that like went missing or whatever, or they go to like explore whatever, and they basically find some clues that lead to the kids, and they basically lead to this like one community that's kind of gated around everything. They think the kids are there, but nope, it's not the kids, it's something else. It turns out they run into this kind of log cabin area and everything where there's a bunch of sick people inside these like cabins and everything, and there's a bunch of burned corpses, and guess what these burned corpses are? They're the burned corpses of the like kind of radiated people that the Morgan and the like Alicia and the lady are looking for and everything. So they call them on the like radio and everything and basically have them come over, and this is where the plot lines kind of merge into like one big plot line, and they basically stay there and try to take care of the rest of the radiated people: John, his wife June, Alicia, Morgan, and the like kind of nuclear physics lady or whatever, and they basically take care of all of the like rest of the walkers. And near the end of the episode, the lady for the kind of like the nuclear power plant lady leaves and everything and tries to go find the rest of the radiated walkers to basically kill them and make the areas somewhat safer. So the third plot line, because that's kind of where the like those plot lines and everything, but the third plot line is Strand going to find Daniel. If you guys don't know who Daniel is, he's someone I think that got shot in like season 3, and everyone thought he was dead until he showed up in kind of last episode in a video or a tape. But in this episode, he comes back in full form and everything, and he's not happy with Strand. So basically Strand rolls up on Daniel's gates and everything, and Daniel opens the thing pointing it at Strand. They have some, I guess, funny dialogue, I guess you would say, kind of intimidating, but a little funny, I guess. So they kind of talk a little bit and everything, and he helps Strand a little bit, but he's a bit kind of suspicious of Strand since Strand shot him in the face in season 3, and they kind of they butt heads a little bit and everything, but Strand has more of the moral upper hand and everything, since, Daniel has more of the moral upper hand and everything, since Strand is a bit of a bad guy, I guess, or at least in his eyes and everything, or at least in Daniel's eyes, since Strand shot him and, fucked up. So they kind of, contact some people and everything throughout the episode, and near the end, basically Daniel kicks Strand out of his like compounds and everything, and basically says, you're still a bad person, get out of here before you do more worse to other people and everything. I don't want to see you ever again. If you come here again, I will kill you. And the episode ends with basically Strand going through the streets, killing some walkers, and being visibly sad. So those were kind of the three plot lines. The episode kind of ends with all of them back at kind of the truck stop or gas station, all of the characters together besides like the nuclear plant lady and Daniel, all back out there and everything, seeing a sign that basically says there's people around there that do not like the Morgan, June, and like all those, like the kind of group that we like were introduced to in season 5 or the beginning of season 5. It's kind of like Walker heads above like that basic hung saying like a message saying you guys are going to die if you guys do not leave. So that was kind of a quick breakdown of this episode and everything. So kind of moving on to the review, and now this is the first ever Walking Dead episode where I was actually, oddly enough, genuinely I would say a little unsatisfied, mainly because the whole don't kill the walkers because they might be rated whole shtick, like it was definitely interesting to see something new and everything, but also it kind of slowed the episode down a little bit and put some characters in danger and made kind of some stupid decisions, I guess you could say. Like it made it slower, the episode moved slower and everything, and felt like it was trying to pad out time. And also kind of Daniel and Strands, like at first it didn't seem good, but then I kind of actually like learned to like it, considering that it was understandable for where like Daniel was coming from and the reason he didn't like Strand in the first place and everything. I thought a lot of characters had some nice moments, especially Morgan and Alicia. I liked the moment that they had and everything. They kind of like had some emotional dialogue. She cried. He kind of, I had a sad moment. And yeah, I also like the new character and everything, the nuclear plant lady or whatever. She was good for the time she was in it and everything. That's all she left. But yeah, this episode was good. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't horrible at the same time. But yeah, that was kind of my review and breakdown of episode 2 of season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to video big fat thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure to leave your thoughts down below if you guys did see the episode, and I'll see you guys later. Peace and my amigos, and peace out.